Level 1, Cycle 3, Yellow Stripe. For this stripe, we're going to be covering block set number 2, which is 4 different blocks, all from a traditional horse stance. In this set, we have upper cross block, lower cross block, palm block, and blade of the hand block to the front. Here's what they look like. Upper cross block. Lower cross block. Palm block. And blade of the hand block to the front. All right, so let's break each of those down. Upper cross block and lower cross block are just opposite directions of each other. However, there's slight differences. So let's start with the upper cross block. When I'm doing an upper cross block, I'm making an X with my arms over my head. So I want the right hand over the top when I'm making that X for both upper and lower cross blocks. Fingers are going to be straight and open, and I want my wrists and fingers and elbows all in line. The key when you're making this X is not to bend those elbows. So really try to get your arms as straight as you can. And when you're crossing them, you want the X part to be where your forearms are. So crossing those forearms here is to make sure that you have a nice proper X-looking shape over your head. Imagine if a strike is coming on top of your head, you want that block to block it. So you want to make sure it's not too low, not behind your head, but just right to be able to defend that strike coming at your head. When you pull your elbows back, make sure to close your fists and really think about striking with your elbows back. It's almost like two parts. It's like you're blocking up top and then striking behind you. So imagine the power on both ends of this part of the move. So out and power back for that upper cross block. Lower cross block, same thing. You want power out and power back. When you go to that lower cross block, this time you're going to close your fists, making sure that everything is curled in just like you're throwing a punch, and then pull back with that same power. So in order to think about it with having a lot of power, I'm going to imagine like I'm punching down low into an X and I'm elbowing behind me. Same thing here. I want that X to cross at my forearms and I'm blocking an attack coming down low, like to my groin area. So make sure that those arms are angled at the right angle to defend against those strikes coming down low. So from here, out and strong back for that lower cross block. And again, that right hand is going to be on top for those. Notice when I do that lower cross block as well, the direction of my fists, I want them sideways here. So if you were to stick your thumbs out, they should be pointing ahead of you. All right, the next one is our palm block. So we know where our palms are, this center part right here. We're going to use that to block an attack coming at us in the center point. So if something is coming straight, like a punch is coming at me, I'm going to use my hand to check it off to the side. So again, kind of that concept of like almost like a high five and pushing it out to the side without letting my hand pass too far past my shoulders. So I want it to stop right here in front. And then notice when I have that palm block, I have a slight angle to my arm. So it's not directly to the side. It's not out in front. It's right at an angle. Elbow stays bent when I'm throwing that palm block as well. Deflect that strike that's coming in front of you and block it out to the side. Keep those hands within the shoulders. Fingers are pointing up. Now, kind of using the opposite part of your hand or a different part of your hand is the blade now. We're going to do the blade of the hand block to the front. So blade of the hand block to the front, it's going to start with my hand coming back to my ear. So if I'm using my right hand first, it goes to the opposite side, to my left ear, like I'm putting the back of my hand on my face. And I'm going to bring it in front of me using the blade now. So if there's a strike coming at me in the front, I'm using the blade part to check that strike. So again, if I'm taking my left hand, coming to the opposite side of my face, back of my hand is facing my ear, fingers are pointing up, and I'm drawing it right out in front of me. Elbow is staying bent. I have a slight angle of my arm here. Fingers are up, and I'm focusing on using this part of my hand in order to do the block. So I'm not fully sideways, I'm not fully to the front. There's a slight angle here. Now, if I'm doing, the basic way to do this is to do one hand at a time. Bring it up, block it out. But for that little bit of extra step on this, you can use both hands at the same time. Bring this hand back up, and as you block out, you recoil the opposite hand back to its spot. So up and out, up and out. Okay, let's take another look. Upper cross block.
Upper cross block, men.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lower cross block.
Lower cross block, men.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Palm block.
Palm block, men.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Blade of the hand block to the front.
Blade of the hand block to the front, men.
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hands back to position.
Hands back to position, men.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And attention.